Am I the only one who has always wondered why our old planets run, but just leave it there like, why are all planets run? Anyways, maybe it was just me and you guys already know it, but finally I've searched the reason of it for myself and for those who still don't know it.
Good morning, New Yorkers. Looking for another beautiful day.
First, I looked up the word planet and I found out that the word planet is derived from the Greek term astros planetai, meaning wandering stars. Now we all know that planets are not stars, but back then the ancient Greeks had seen the 5 planets that can be seen by naked eye, like without a telescope or binocular, looking star-like. And because they move randomly relative to the stars, they had decided to call them wandering stars. But these 5 planets were just the beginning of what they understood, because there was more. The solar system that we live in consists of a medium-sized star, which is the Sun, with 8 planets orbiting it. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. We're not involving Pluto because, as you may know, it was reclassified from a planet to a dwarf planet in 2006. And even though all of these 8 planets in our solar system have different sizes, small or big, rocky or gassy, they are all round, not shaped as triangles, not shaped as cubes, just round. So, how are they from round? Well, the answer lies in gravity. For now, let's take a step back because I want to rewind the topic a little bit more to make it easier to understand. Around 13.7 billion years ago, the universe formed. It came into existence with the Big Bang. No, not that much. So picture this. About 4.6 billion years ago, the Sun and its planetary bodies formed from a massive cloud of gas and dust called the solar nebula. These dust clouds bumped into each other, had a few cosmic collisions, and decided to clump together into bigger and bigger objects. And when they realized they had enough gravity, they said, hey, let's become stars, galaxies, or planets. This expansion caused everything to be pulled equally toward the center, making them round just like a cosmic hug. That's how they turn into a sphere. And voila, we got our very own cosmic spheres. Now here's the twist, not all objects in our cosmic neighborhood get the memo of being round. Take comets and asteroids, for example. They all have their own shape. Maybe they're just too cool for the round club. Back to our star players, the planets. Yep, they're spherical more or less, but there are no perfect spheres because nobody's perfect. They are divided into 2 groups as the inner planets and the outer planets. Let's break this down first and then I will explain their shape based on this. The Fab Four, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars make up the inner planets. They are closer to the Sun and are the rock stars of the group, small and rocky. And they are also known for their extremely slow rotation on the axis compared to other planets. Now let's journey to the outskirts of our cosmic neighborhood where the farthest inhabitants reside. Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. These distant giants are unlike the rocky inner planets we discussed earlier. Instead of solid grains, they are vast and gaseous, with secrets hidden beneath their beloved atmospheres. So within the depths of our solar system, we have this dynamic quartet, 2 gas giants and 2 ice giants, each with its own story to tell. And the reason why some planets are rocky or gaseous or ice giants is their proximity to the Sun. Now let's dive into some cool facts to uncover why they aren't all perfect spheres. Starting with the fantastic 4 of inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Mercury and Venus are the roundest of all, and our cool fact about them is Mercury got its name from the heavenly messenger of the gods. He had wings on his helmet and shoes that made it quicker for him to travel quite fast from place to place. And here's another fascinating cool fact about it. 1 Mercury year equals 88 Earth days.
Nice.
Now let's turn our gaze to Venus.
Oh, you mean the gays, not the gays.
She is a celestial embodiment of love and beauty. In a solar system filled with cosmic heroes and mighty gods, Venus stands alone as the sole planet named in honor of a female deity. She brings a touch of elegance and grace to the celestial stage, a tribute to the goddess of love and beauty in Roman mythology. Venus dances through space with grace, but she is a solo performer. No moons by her side. Am I Venus? Her year takes 225 Earth days, a mesmerizing cosmic waltz around the sun. But the real showstopper? While others follow the celestial traffic rules, she spins backwards, now shifting our cosmic spotlight to Earth and Mars. They don't spin around as fast as the gas giants, and they're in perfect spheres, but they're still quite round. The Earth is 0.3% thicker in the middle, and it is flattened at the poles and will jut at the equator, while Mars is 0.6% thicker in the middle. According to NASA, it is safe to say they are quite round because they're not even 1 whole percentage point thicker in the middle. Our cool fact about Mars is that it has 2 moons. One is called Phobos and the other is Deimos. Mars itself is named after the Roman god of war due to her blood-red appearance, and Mars dances around the Sun at a leisurely pace with a Martian year lasting 687 Earth days. Now let's swing our cosmic spotlight back to Earth. It carries the name of English and German origin signifying the ground. And in the vast expanse of the universe, Earth stands alone as the only known planet that hosts life as we know it. And the planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing we can do. Did you see what I did there? No? Okay. Now for the 4 outer planets, let me remind you one more time. The big, large, and gassy ones that are farthest from the Sun are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And they're a bit thicker in the middle. And you may ask, you keep saying they're a bit thicker in the middle, but what does it mean and what difference does it make? Well, for anything that spins, a point near the center of the wheel travels a much shorter distance than a point further out to complete one rotation. Things along the edge have to travel the farthest and the fastest to keep up with the rotation of a planet. But here's where it gets fun. According to NASA, again, because of the spin and action, these giant planets end up with a bit of a little belly, like this cute little fairy.
She was a fairy.
They will jut along the equators as they spin. This extra width is scientifically known as the equatorial bulge. Now let's turn our attention to Saturn and Jupiter. They are really big with low density and they spin at high speeds. But despite all that, gravity keeps them together. And that causes them to bulge in the middle. Out of all the planets in our solar system, Saturn has the largest bulge. It's 9.7% thicker in the middle, and Jupiter is 6.9% thicker in the middle, which means they are more shaped like a geoid, like an irregular shaped ball, than a sphere. Saturn's cool fact is that it was named after the Roman god of farming, the god of sowing or seed. It orbits the Sun very slowly, so a year on Saturn is 10,759 Earth days. Jupiter was named after the king of the ancient Roman gods. It's the biggest and the fastest rotating planet, and since it is the fastest rotating planet in our solar system, it also has the shortest day, 10 hours. And 1 year on Jupiter equals 4,333 Earth days. Uranus is 2.3% and Neptune is 1.7% thicker in the middle, which means not exactly round, but very close to being round. Our cool fact about Uranus is that it was the first planet discovered among the visible planets in 1781 by the astronomer William Herschel, even though his initial impression was that it might be either a comet or a star. It was named after the Greek god of the sky, and it holds the title of being the coldest planet in our solar system. And 1 year on Uranus equals 30,687 Earth days. As for Neptune, it was the first planet to be discovered through mathematical calculations, and it was named after the Roman god of the sea. And 1 year on Neptune equals 60,190 Earth days. So the planets have a round shape due to their own gravity and the force of their own rotation. I guess this is grossly simplified explanation for why all planets are round and why they are cool to be known. See you in the next video.
So please Saraka, whatever. Please I want to reach 1 million.